Hobo had the flu. And when you're sick, there's not much to do.
Achoo!
A great big airplane droned overhead. Poor Hippity Hobo lay in bed.
I wish, oh I wish,
He wistfully said,
that I didn't have to stay in bed. I wish in that airplane I could fly, high, high in the clear blue sky.
when all of a sudden, a little brown bee, as tiny a bee as you ever did see, buzzed through the window and came to rest on the bright blue quilt over Hippity's chest.
Before I even had time to think, the little brown bee had given a wink.
Cheer up, little boy. I grinned and said, I'll see that you don't have to stay in bed.
And while I stared, why, what do you know? The little brown bee just started to grow. It grew so fast that it wasn't long till it was as big as that airplane and as strong. He winked once more and then it said,
Jump on my back. Don't stay in bed. I know it's dull when you have the flu. I ought to know, 'cause I've had it too. I'll cheer you up if it can be done and show you the world with lots of fun. I'll take you flying high in the sky and bring you back again by and by.
I jumped on the back of the bee with glee and settled myself for a certain spree. The bee hummed and hummed, then started to roar, and slackened a wee bit, then roared some more. Then with a perfectly breathtaking zoom, the bee and I shot out of the room.
Up in the sky we roared and soared. Hippity quite forgot he'd been bored. We skimmed the seas, we circled the trees, we leaped the mountains, we chased the breeze.
We looped-the-looped, we banked and swooped. We did all the tricks in the airman's book. We flew to the north and then to the south. We traced the great river from source to mouth.
We flew over China, then to Peru. We circled Australia and paused over you. Canada, Mexico, France, and Iran. We saw all the lands known to man.
It was marvelous fun, but after a while, the little brown bee just gave me a smile.
I think, little boy, that you've traveled quite enough, and the air is beginning to get a bit rough.
It turned, and in less time than it said, lay me right back down on my bed. He winked once more, then started to shrink. It was just a small bee again, quick as a wink.
A great big airplane droned overhead. Poor Hippity Hobo lay in bed, but he smiled to himself with an inward glee as he dreamed of that ride on that aeroplane bee.